Welcome to this week's episode of Success and Women. I'm Linda.
I'm Andrea.
And Andrea's going to give her the tip of the week before we get into our show. So Andrea, what's your tip?
Well, ladies, I want to talk about seniors discounts. Now, we're of an age where we can get them and we should take the advantage of it. And why I say that, what we should do is always ask. And why I'm going to say this is last week I was out with my two elderly aunts and we went for lunch and we bought the lunch and we also bought some product. And just as we were paying, another friend of mine walked in and she said, "I hope you're getting the seniors discount." And I said, "What?" I said, "They didn't offer us a discount." She says, "Oh yes, there's a sign right here." Well, of course, a little sign like this. And I said to the ladies, I said, "Why aren't you offering us the seniors discount?" She said, "Well, we don't advertise it, and if you have to sort of ask for it." And I said, "Well, why would you do that? Offer it, like have it as an offering, but not offer it." And she says, "Well, some women are insulted that we ask them if they want the seniors discount." I said, "Well, you can clearly see that my aunt is a senior. Maybe not myself, but my aunt." "Well, it's just our policy." So what I'm saying, ladies, is ask when you're purchasing something if they do offer a seniors discount, because sometimes it can be substantial.
Or any other kind of discount when you get to that.
Yes, it's true, CAA or whatever. And also, if certain stores, I know certain stores that offer it on certain days, Shoppers Drug Mart, Marshalls and places like that, and mark it in your calendar if it's a Monday or a Tuesday, and make sure you go shopping those days to take advantage of that extra savings.
Yeah, it's a little extra savings tip, but I think it's a good tip. And we talked about it on another show, Andrea. Ask, because you have nothing to lose. The worst they're going to do is say, "No, we don't have any kind of discount."
Exactly.
And that's fine. But if you do, you might be surprised and get that little extra cash in your pocket.
Exactly. And why not? It's better in my pocket.
Yeah.
And over a year, it can add up.
It can. Mm-hmm. So today we're going to be talking about it's never too late. As you know,
you're never too old.
Yeah, you're never too old. It's never too late.
That's true. Both are kind of connected.
Yeah, they are. And why we wanted to do this, we want to honor this particular show and dedicate it to Queen Elizabeth. I know that we're not English, we are Canadian, but we've always been affiliated. And of course, we know the royal family, not personally, but we know well enough. And
well, I mean, how many years did we have to sing "God Save the Queen"
God Save the
very
Queen.
beginning of school?
We did. And
until
had her
we
picture.
Got our own independence.
Right. And Queen Elizabeth was 96 when she passed away, and she kept her role as queen for 70 years. And that's a long time. And that's why we want to talk to you ladies about it's never too late and you're never too old to start doing whatever it is that you like to do. Now, there's another show, and I know I like to reference TV shows, even though I don't have
she doesn't watch TV.
I don't. But I have Netflix.
Yeah.
And there's a show, a series on Netflix with Frankie and Grace. It's called Frankie and Grace, and it's with Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda. And recently, because I think they've ended the series now, but they talked about the fact that they did this show and wanted to do this show to encourage women that they're not too old to take on these ventures. I mean, Andrew and I...
especially that world.
Well, yeah.
Because, they really look down
on older
women.
They absolutely do, you're right. And, I mean, we grew up in a generation of many, many changes. And here we are in a technologically
advanced world.
And so I was going to say we're technically challenged.
Yeah, our generation proves that you're never too old, just for the fact that we had to learn and navigate this technical world now. And we've done it, and some have really excelled.
Yeah.
And look at us on YouTube.
Right. And, you know, at this stage of our life, because
Yes.
again, the show
We're
is
never
still
too old.
relatively new, but you're never too old. And recently, Andrea was telling me a story about, you know, her aunt in Italy.
Right. Like when my daughter got married in Italy, she was at that time 96. She was one of the last people to leave the party at 2 a.m. And she's now 101. And she's walking around the house with her cell phone, still making homemade gnocchi. The other day they posted a picture. They were doing some kind of gardening. I don't know if it was plums or whatever. And I thought to myself, wow, that woman is strong. But in her mind, she just does what she normally does and doesn't think about how old she is. It's amazing. It's wonderful. And just like our mayor, she was 90 some years old when she retired. The woman was incredible. She never felt, you know, your brain, if it stays working, it's working. You know, sometimes, yes, we get diseases or whatever, but if you're healthy and you feel good, keep going, learn something new, you know, discover something that you've never done before, travel somewhere. Like maybe you can't go far, but maybe a new part of the city, a new restaurant, similar to that. Myself, I just learned a new recipe. I never in my life, for all the cooking that I do and how much I like to do new recipes, I never made homemade jam, ever. Oh. And the other day I was having coffee with my girlfriend. She was telling me that she was going out to buy these Concord grapes to make jam. And I said, what? Jam? Just go buy it. She said, oh, no, it's so good. It's delicious. So she had a jar from her last season and we had some. I said, oh, wow, that is very good. I said, but I can't be bothered. And she said, no, it's easy. You're going to like it. I said, okay, buy me the grapes. So because you have to use Concord grapes, not any other grape. So she gave me the recipe, she got me the grapes, and I made it. And it was fun, easy, and now I have 7 jars of homemade Concord grape jelly. My whole family loved it.
And she's given me a jar.
And I'm going to give her a jar to take home, and she can tell you next time how she liked it. And there you go. All these years, just bought it, and it was so easy to make it. So you're never too old.
No, and that's for everything.
And you've started a new language.
Well, when COVID hit, I was a little bit bored, and I thought I should do something new, and so I decided to learn Spanish. So I'm learning Spanish online. I'm not progressing as much as I should because I'm over, I think. No, I'm not quite. I'm almost at 900 days straight.
Wow.
I have not missed a lesson.
Wow.
And, but when talking to my nephew, he always says, oh, you should be fluent. I'm not fluent. Her son-in-law is fluent. But when he was learning Spanish, he actually went to a country and integrated himself into the language so he can just rhyme off Spanish like it's no one's business.
Right.
I would like to be like that at some point.
Well, especially because we have our places in Florida and it's very, very populated with Spanish culture.
It is, but I don't yet have a Spanish friend to practice on. So I keep with the basics and I keep repeating my lessons because it gets easier and easier. I make less and less mistakes because I've been doing the same lessons. But that's okay because it's still the idea of doing something new.
Your brain likes that. Your brain likes to be challenged and working. So
exactly. And that's one of the reasons why we're doing what we do, because we want to keep challenging ourselves.
Exactly.
And again, it's a choice we make. We want to do something that's fun. Now, if we felt pressured or had to, it might not be good because it would be like work, and that can be very stressful.
That's true.
But when you're older and you work, for the most part, most people are doing it because they want to do it, not because they have to.
Well, I always feel that when, like especially men that have worked their whole lives and decide at 65 they're going to retire and they don't have a hobby at home, it's not good for them. A lot of them get sick, a lot of them die prematurely, and they say there's more women widows than men.
Yes.
And I think it's because of that, because even if a woman retires, we still all have our stuff that we do in the house.
Yep. And social. Women are more social.
Whereas men, they tend to just park themselves in front of the television and that's it. And so I always say, it's good for everybody to have something, a little bit of something. Like you see those older gentlemen at Walmart or whatever, greeting everybody in Florida in Publix,
Yeah.
you know, welcome, you know, and they're doing that not for the money,
Yeah.
because they want to get out and they want to socialize and
Yes.
stay relevant and
Yeah.
be out in the world,
Yeah.
you know. So it's you're never too old to do something interesting and fun, like even travel. I mean, we went to China together, you know. A lot of people were like, "Oh, you want to go to China? What for?" You're like, you know, your age? What do you mean at my age? I'm still young. She climbed the China Wall. I didn't. I got up the halfway to the stairs and I was done. But, you know, we tried.
But you know, and the interesting thing is, it's all a mindset as well. How
Right.
young you are in here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the age and the number, that's one thing. But if you keep yourself mentally and physically active, then you can do a lot of stuff that even a lot of younger people can't do. And you should be doing that as long as you want to. I was watching a movie the other day, and it's an older movie. It's with Robert Redford. It's A Walk in the Park. And one of his friends had passed away, and he decided he was going to take on the journey of walking the Appalachian Trail,
Wow.
which is not an easy thing to do.
No.
Now, I'm going to give away the ending because a lot of you might have watched it, but it's still interesting to watch even though you know this. He's going to end up giving up. But the fact is, he did it. He at least started. He was out there for a period of time. Now, his wife wouldn't let him go alone, and she was definitely not interested in going. But he ended up getting a friend, and they started on this trek. At their age, and I think in the movie, he would have been in his 70s doing this trek. And I'm like, it's the idea. So I'm talking to one of my friends recently. She lives in Denmark, I think. And her and her husband are thinking of doing this walk. I can't remember, but I think it's from Canada to Mexico or something like that.
Wow.
And I said, how long will that take you? And she said, about 6 months. It's a 6-month hike.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, that's great if she wants to do it. Now, she is a bit younger than me, but she's on what you would consider the older side as well for doing something as adventurous as that. But she thought, you know what? Why not?
Why not?
If I have my health, and it's something her and her husband both want to do, so what they're going to do to practice, because if they start on this trek, they're going to be doing it in the spring, but they're going to start doing some week-long trials, you know, going camping and sleeping in small quarters and, you know, carrying backpacks and stuff like that.
Great.
But you're never too old, whether it's work or play or travel or learning a new language, musical instrument,
A
or
skill.
learning to cook.
Learning to cook.
You know, why?
Whatever
does-
your passion is, you know,
Right.
don't give it up. Don't give it up. Even
Right.
if you can just, like, you know, if you like to play guitar, you know, learn a few chords and
Exactly.
something to keep the brain going. You know, if you have a keyboard or piano, you know, now it was interesting because I was looking online, like I do go through the Facebook, and there was learn how to play piano, like right on your iPad. And I'm thinking,
Yep.
wow, you know, if I had a piano, I would sign up. But, you know, you have to do what
I get
you
those.
can.
I get those advertisements a lot, and they say it's pretty easy because you have it right in front of you. So, like you said, if you have the piano and you can just follow where they're telling you to hit the
Yeah.
keys and stuff. But whatever the passion is,
Yeah, you're not going to be a concert pianist, but you're going to pass some time. You're going to get your brain engaged.
entertain your friends and family.
Oh, they're going to love that.
Yeah.
Why not?
But that's exactly right. Why not? Why not find something that keeps you going? And actually, it's a good topic of conversation with your friends to say, yeah, I just started drumming, whatever. I actually was going to buy a drum set. This is when I was still in the house. And I thought, why not? Because if
You
you're
went from a
frustrated,
dog to a
I
drum
know,
set.
right? I don't have either. But when I went online to find out about whether or not, because I was beating on the drum, they looked like they were easy, right? And they
Oh.
said it actually takes a lot of skill.
Oh, yeah.
So it would be easier for me to do a
Coordination.
keyboard or
Yeah.
to do a guitar because drumming is not as easy as it looks.
Very physical.
And I had actually, many years ago, had dated a drummer and used to go to a lot of concerts when I was younger. I always thought it was easy and fun looking.
Yeah.
And realizing now, I didn't
Well, just try
realize,
to
but
tap your foot, hit this way,
Yeah.
hit that way.
yeah, bang on that.
And do
whatever.
a 10 double time or whatever they do. Oh, I can't even imagine.
No, but
When I see the like the great drummers on TV from some of the bands, and you
Yeah.
see them up there, and you think, wow, their upper body must be so strong.
But it looks not just like they're having fun, but that they really find this is easy, just bang, 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 and it makes this music, but it really doesn't.
Everything is easy when you know how to do it.
True enough. That's true. So don't let the fact that you don't know how to do something, because once you do, it will become easy.
Definitely.
And
Easier
it's like
and
anything
easier.
in life. So don't
Sure.
stop because of your age on anything. If you physically or mentally can do it, why not?
Exactly.
So this is to you, Queen Elizabeth. We know you've had a very successful and appreciated life, because I think she was well respected. And
She was. Well, if you watch the movie of her life, she didn't expect to be queen so young because her father passed away so young. I mean, her and Prince Philip were in Africa or something at the time when she got the news, and she was rushed back and made queen very quickly. And she was young.
yeah,
And she was fun, and she got the people excited, and she really got into the role, and she took it serious. And look how long she reigned. Like, she's the longest reigning
Yep.
monarch of England.
and not only that, Winston Churchill was the first prime minister that she worked with.
Well, that's right. They said she's been through what,
15
15 prime ministers. Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing
over 70
woman.
years. Amazing
Amazing.
woman.
Yeah.
So we just want to dedicate this show to Queen Elizabeth.
Yes.
May you rest in peace. I'm Linda,
I'm Andrea.
and until next time, we would like you to
Like
share.
and please subscribe.
See you later.
Bye, ladies.